Hello? How's it going tonight? I can't even hear that. Hello? Gray Palmer, can you hear me? How's everybody doing tonight? Wow, okay. We have AC, so that's good. We have a couple different papers. Well, first of all, I'll introduce myself. My name is Jennifer Newberry. I'm on the board for Jenison Robotics. I have other board members over here. Tim, Melissa, Amy, Stephanie, Ben, and Josh. If you have any questions tonight, you can let any of us know after we get done talking. We passed out a paper, one of our couple of papers tonight. This is talking about the ways we communicate, some of the competitions, kind of an overview of the season. We do use Discord, even though Dan doesn't like it. We do use Discord. I know kids use Discord for gaming and stuff also. It's not too extensive of an app. It's not going to hurt your phone. But we do most of our communications on Discord, especially if we're like, hey, you know, we're going to open practice tomorrow or something. We're not sending out emails for that. We're just posting it on Discord. You got to stop looking at me that way. Sorry. So we do post most of our information on Discord. So the child and hopefully at least one parent should be on Discord so that you can see those notifications. If you need help doing that, or if you need to go back and figure out how to sign up for that, let us know. But we do that. We will post some information on our Facebook page. We do send out emails, not regularly, but we do send out emails with bigger bits of information. But you're going to get a lot of your information on Discord. For junior high teams, come here, Josh. For junior high teams, this is Josh Erdman. He's the middle school director. Junior high teams will schedule, they will have practice 2 times a week. Sometimes they might be more, sometimes less. Sometimes it depends on how close you are to a competition. Our high school director is not here tonight. He is golfing. Yeah. Yeah, he's golfing in the rain. So their email addresses are there, the MS director, or msdir@jenisonrobotics.org and hsdir@jenisonrobotics.org. The high school teams will schedule their own practices based on kids' availability. Teams were made with availability in mind. Normal practices are 2 times a week. If you are going to be absent or your schedule is going to be changed, you need to update that in the team chat so that we are aware. Sometimes we open practice and nobody shows up. So if we don't know that you canceled your practice on Tuesday, then it's kind of a pain if we show up and no one is here. So we will expect you to post in team chats if you are going to cancel your practice. Middle school and high school teams participate in what we call a mega league. Teams will participate in 4 to 6 nights. Last year we hosted at Jenison, Granville, Hudsonville, and West Michigan Aviation Academy. You can pick your night and location. We will give you that information once we have it. And then there will be a league championship that will be in late November. Middle school and high school will be separate. The league does have middle school and high school teams competing against each other, which maybe for especially new middle school kids, that's a little bit scary. But it's good. I promise you it's good. Because you're going to get better because you're competing against high schoolers. It's going to help you learn more. You're going to see a robot that does something or whatever and be able to learn from that. It gives you the times of what time you need to arrive. I don't think that's important right now. Teams should plan on attending 2 to 3 Saturday events. We will put together a list of available tournaments that teams can attend. They're still being put into the system right now. We have some of the dates, but not all of them. So we're hoping to have a full list by like mid-September. They absolutely have to be in the VEX system by October 1. January 14th of 2023 is our Jenison tournament. Our high school tournament will be hosted in the Campster gym at the high school, and the middle school tournament will be in the Pals gym at the high school the same day, all day long. So put that on your calendar. We will need volunteers to help set up. We will need volunteers to run concessions, do different things. If anyone is interested in like refereeing, we're certainly open to training you to do those kinds of things. Other dates, we don't have dates for any of the state championships yet. Usually the high school state championship is in late February. You do have to qualify for that. The junior high state championship is usually early March, but depending on where it is, it could be still late February. Vex Worlds is in Dallas, Texas. Middle school would be April 25th through the 27th, and high school would be the 27th through the 29th. Again, that's based on teams that qualify, and we will give you more information on that as we have it. On the back, there's 4 fundraising opportunities. My fundraising coordinator is not here tonight, but we will be selling burritos again. We've done that in past years, and that seems to be a pretty good sale. We will be looking for corporate sponsorships, so if you have a job that would maybe give us money. If you have a job that you have that would donate money, you know, it is tax deductible. We do fall under the JEBCO umbrella at JPS, so that we are a 501c3. We will be planning a pop can drive. I don't know when. It will be on a Saturday. We also can work at the Van Andel for robotics. I don't know how many band or orchestra or choir parents we have here, but you can work at the Van Andel. You can work concessions and make money for that. So we do raise money that way. We've raised a bunch of money for when we went to Worlds last spring by working Van Andel. The last portion talks about parent volunteers. 10 hours of parent volunteers required per student. We will be sending out, raise your hand, and Melissa. Amy and Melissa are volunteer coordinators, so they will be sending out information once we have a sign-up genius ready and when we have our dates all situated. So they will be sending out information for you to be able to volunteer for league nights or for tournaments. And I posted that, or I put that date there for the tournament also. And then the league nights that we are hosting will be October 6th, the 20th, November 3rd, and November 17th. Those do skip around band concerts and choir concerts that I'm aware of at this time. I don't think it interferes with any of the musical concerts. So then we have people that can do setup. You can do team check-in, work concessions, queuing at either the tournament or the league night. If there's something else that you are interested in trying to do, we do have judges that we will need for tournaments and referees. You would just have to learn the game to be a referee, which isn't that hard, I promise. So anyway, that's kind of an overview of our season. It is a really long season, truly. One of our board members, we were talking about how much it costs to do robotics, and he said it's the best deal around. He said, you know, a lot of things you pay more than that, and it's for 6 or 8 weeks, and most of these teams will go until February, you know, to go to the state championship. They'll at least go till January when we have our tournament. So all of our teams will attend our own tournament. The other 2 tournaments are tournaments that they can pick. And you can travel or not travel. We used to require all the students to attend Hudsonville, Granville, and our tournament, but in the past couple years we've let teams travel and pick. So you can go to Traverse City or Bad Axe. Where else? Plainwell we went last year. Monroe. Benzonia. Anyway, so, you know, based on what your team wants to do, you guys can choose to travel and go do that. Sometimes it's just fun. A bunch of us stayed the night in Plainwell, even though it's not that far away. We just did it for fun because we couldn't go to Bad Axe, right, Joshua? Anyway.
This is the code of conduct. We have this every year. There's nothing really new. We did make some minor adjustments to it, though, this year to reflect some of the decisions we've made. It will need to be signed by both student and parent. You don't need to sign it tonight, but it will be need to turn in at a set date. When we set that date, we didn't set a date. We didn't set the date for it to be turned in. Eventually, before you get your shirts, it will need to be turned in. How about that? So as Jennifer's passing it out, I'm going to go through it real quick. The highlights, I'm not going to read it all verbatim. You can read it later. New this year is the expectation of being here. We understand that you could potentially not be here every night, but we do expect you to be. And if your student doesn't attend at least 75% of the scheduled practice time throughout the entire season, we will not allow them to attend the higher level events, meaning state and worlds down in Texas. All right, we need people to be here and be committed to their team to help their team be advancing to those higher level of competitions. The behavior expectations didn't change and the parent expectations didn't change, but down at the bottom now, we put in a little waiver about photographs. We're going to start doing a lot more photographs and videos and such, and we want to make sure that is okay. So that's on there saying that you allow us to use your child's photos, videos, and the media presence and such. It's code of conduct. You can read it and sign it later. I don't read things verbatim. Not happening. Yeah, I don't want to be. I mean, this is one per person of this. This is our nice little rules sheet for the kids. I'm going to go over that more verbatim, though. So this rules, the season expectation rules, this is two-sided. This will be in the totes. We're going to tape it, laminate it right at the top, inside cover of every team's tote, so they always can look at it and know what they're expected to do. First rule is no horseplay in the building, of course. That should be common sense, but it's amazing. No shoes allowed on any field. When you step on a field, your shoes have to be off. Here, there, or any other fields. You're shaking your head, Joshua. It's not good to shake your head at me right now. That's a rule. No shoes on the field. These are brand new tiles this year, and we want to keep them good all year. We have enough competitions on these tiles that ruin them as it is. Shoes, the salt, all that ruin them faster than anything. So no shoes on any field. Downstairs area is off limits to kids, so that means the downstairs for all the middle school and high school kids, no one down there. No one needs to be down there. That's our IQ area, so there's no reason for any high school or middle school student to be down there, so just don't go down there. Keep your food to a reasonable amount. All trash needs to be put in the trash bin at the end of the night. We don't want to pick up your mess by your tables. Drinks should have a lid cover. Computer chairs, new thing. We got nice new computer chairs by our desk. Those are not for kids either. We don't want to see you in them rolling around. Every kid, no kid in the computer chairs. We just bought those. Those are nice. We want to keep them that way. I shouldn't have to put this, but chairs need to have all feet on the ground at all times. No rocking these chairs. No rocking stools and bending stool legs and breaking the stools. A couple times last year happened. None of that. Students need to stay in the building until their ride to go home has arrived. We do not want you outside in the dark in the middle of winter where we don't know you're out there. We want to know that you're gone, in essence. When you're going home, we want to know that you're fully gone. And there's people coming back and forth all the time, so we want to know that you're safe and when you're here. Again, the robotics expectations. You're expected to attend practice 2 nights a week. Again, just like the code of conduct, not attending 75% of the scheduled practice will not be allowed in the higher level events. Robots to remain in the center, in our robotics center, unless attending a remote tournament. When you go to a tournament, league night, Saturday tournament, whatever it is, we will set a time for you to come back and return the robot back here that night or the following day. There's no reason to keep them at home. It's easy enough to get down here and unlock the building. No loose parts stored in bins. All unused parts must be returned at the end of the practice. We got nice new bins this year that help limit that from happening. There's no reason anymore to keep loose pieces in the bin. Bins can't hold pieces that you're working on, so can the tables. There's no reason to hold a bunch of metal in there. Robots stored at or on your table. Controllers must be stored in their dedicated case when not in use. Practice table must be picked up and neat. Only a robot, computer, and bin left on table. We purchased computers for every team this year. You will not need to provide a computer this year. You will have one dedicated per team. All right? That stays here with the robot all the time, so anyone can come in on that team and use it. All right? So you don't need to worry about bringing a computer. Battery charging station is available for your use. It's back there. Batteries left at charging to be charged after practice ended. Do not borrow other teams' batteries, even for competitions. We have community batteries available. If you need extra batteries for a competition, ask your program director, and they'll get you some. All right? Your robotics team T-shirt must be worn or needs to be worn and visible at every league night and competition you attend. Flip that page over. Construction rules. Before you receive your kit, your lovely kit there of electronics and notebooks and such, you must have done the following on the paper. It does not need to be in your design notebook, but it does need to be a basic description of how you're going to build the robot, basic description of the game will be played with this robot, and a detailed drawing of the drive base so you know what you're doing, all right, before you even get any electronics. No cutting without permission. We need to look for usable pieces before we cut and modify brand new pieces. The bandsaw is for adults and high school students only. You must be trained before you're allowed to use it. If you have been trained in the past, you want a refresher, we can give you a refresher on that. Certain things may not be modified, so if you are worried or wondering if it can be a modified piece, let us know, ask us, and we'll let you know if it can be modified or not. Your claw assemblies and the mechanical wheels cannot be disassembled. You may get additional motors and sensors, but they need to be checked out by the building supervisor. Dremel use, very limited. Cut shafts. You can cut the shafts after they are on the robot on a case-by-case basis. So if you built your robot and you find your shaft, your robot's just out of size because of an axle, you can't cut that axle down. But we do ask that you do make that axle, you do deburr it so it does come off easier in the end. We may modify, add any additional rules, but we'll let the teams know if we do, okay, as the season goes on. Those are our basic rules right there. So now it's time for teams and who you're with this year. That's it. Any other questions? I guess I should ask if there's questions or not.
Can everybody hear me? All right. Tim was talking about revealing teams this year. For the middle school side, we are actually short coaches. So if the middle school parents are here that are, we'd like to talk to you about coaching and or being an assistant, and we can move forward with revealing the middle school teams. But tonight we will not reveal middle school teams until we have committed coaches. Coach Tim will bring up the high school teams once that's ready to go. Is there any questions for the kids coming into middle school that they may have? We need at least 2 more coaches. We have 5 teams right now. Yeah. So they would help. For an assistant coach, you would be you'd be required to be here at least 1 night a week. And if there was 2 parents that could help out, like both be an assistants, 1 here 1 night, 1 here the other night. If you're the head coach or the main coach, you're typically here both nights of the week and are driving the team. But if we can get 2 type of assistant coaches, they can drive each 1 night a week. That way there's still a parent with them or a coach figure here with that team. Yes. Yes. Yep. Yes. Does anybody else have any other questions about the middle school stuff, or anything about the season or how it is, or what we're looking to get into? Yeah.
So, I've been coaching on and off for robotics. It's super easy. I don't know if we will let on and off the house worker to do it. So, we need some parents to step up and coach. So, kids can be on the team. So, if someone who needs do better think about it, I'll do it.
Right now we are having vehicle issues.
Yeah.
I would love to help out the most. I can't commit if I don't have a vehicle.
No problem. Just individual cases. Yep.
Within the next 2 weeks, and I can help a team out or whatever, I would be more than happy to do it, but we don't have a vehicle.
Okay. No problem. Just once they dismiss everybody, or the high school teams are revealed, whatever, I'll try to hit each parent that's here for one to meet you, just put a face with a name, and then I'll just go over the coaching stuff with you guys and get names. That way I can check off the list of who I talked to and find out who can help and who can't. So if there's no other questions, I'll turn it over to Tim so he can reveal the high school teams.
I can do both. I think I can multitask a little bit here. I can highlight and say names, right? We'll see. We'll find out. All right, high school teams. I don't know if everyone's here or not. I can't tell. There's too many people. I don't know. So I'm going to start. I did this in an alphabetical form, so we're going to and I'm going to go a little off because somehow a lot of the people in the same team. So, Sophia, are you here today? 2140F. Table, all the tables back here have your team number on them. So if you want to go to your table and wait for your team, you can. We stole the chairs, but you have to wait for a seat. But 2140F, Sophia, you're on 2140F. Carter's here. I seen him. Carter Booth. I knew I seen you. You're 2140F as well. Look at that. It's all about alphabetical. I saw Dylan. You're 2140H. Braden Zarnecki, I saw you here tonight. I do. 2140F. Look at that. Peyton, you're in the back there. 2140C. Jason's not here, is he, Josh? You're not here, Jason. 2140H. 2140H, Jason. Sylvia's not here, is she? 2140B, Chase, 2140A. You just should have known that. Nathan Hernandez, Victor. Nathan's not here, is he? 2140D. Jack Hibblink, is he here? Is Jack here? He is 2140J. Aiden Jarka, 2140F. Christopher Carhoon is not here. He's 2140H. Braden Kennedy, 2140E. Bowman's not here. Or Minjay. Is Bowman here or Minjay? Bowman is 2140J. Minjay is 2140A. Annika, you're 2140B. Josh Level, where you at? Where's Josh at? Where'd he go? You just 2140C. Now I lost my spot. Carson Mooney is 2140A. I don't know, he's not here. Gage Morehouse, 2140E. Grace Morehouse is 2140E. They're not here. Josh Newberry, I should skip over you. 2140J. Erica, sorry. 2140B. Gray in the back, 2140C. Chris isn't here, but he's 2140J. Brady Scott, 2140D. Christian Timmer, 2140D. Ian Timmer, the other Ian. Alphabetical Zuber, 2140A. Timmer, you're 2140A. Cooper, I seen you at 2140D. Amber, you're 2140B. I lost you for a second there. Braden Vanderwall, 2140E. Jacob Vesio, 2140H. And Zuber, 2140C. And that's everybody on my list for high school. I didn't miss anybody, right, for high school? And there might be a potential for middle school. Hold on. Hold tight for a minute or so. Let's see. Yeah, he's not here. All right, we got enough for middle school. Aren't you lucky? All right, I'm just going to tell you my team number. 457A has Jonah Hernandez, Nathan Waring, Gabe Leazer, and Josh Donovan. 457B. Nathan Barnum, Benjamin Bootendijk. Did I say that right? I'm gonna be horrible about that. Logan Carmichael and Harley Malone. 457C. Lauren Kroll, Mason, Ben Vanderklock's not here, and Jacob Bale. 457D. Jonah Bomberg, Mason Van Ryan, Reese Holtrup, Keegan Rhea, and Roman Johnson on 457D. 457E, Jackson Flanders, Carter Biggery, Tony Nygaard, Owen Cole, and Oliver Patterson. Meet your teams, get to know them. If you have any questions, let us know about teams.